So this for you is the complete and comprehensive guide for eliminating phase contracts and contracts. A deep dive into the act of science and overloading the STEM for the necessity to eliminate these with style, precision, and a sprinkle of whimsy. In the never-evolving Skyrim of bland and greedy people and their worlds, the internals, are evolving in the landscape of maneuvering and a business acumen and occasional chaos. That's known, and we know it really well. So, one phrase has begun to echo through the boardrooms, some basements, and even the black Reddits. And eliminating contracts is an important one. Though not yet recognized by all, the Oxford English Dictionary is going through and working on it. And this term has been outlawed and unofficial rallying cry. For those who seek to rid themselves of binding agreements to their own, they have to do it with flair, efficiency, and just a hint of absurdity. Let's begin from the very start and know what exactly are contracts. The contracts is not a typo. It's though you spell check my back to differ Ben. And in this, it's whimsical portmanteau. And of course, a false contract, a legally dubious piece of paper. A document that seems to be binding us to the law and begging you until you see the fine print. At which point, it becomes clear that the entire thing was drafted by someone who once saw a lawyer on TV. These documents often include exclusives. These things are mandatory, and interpretative downs of disputes and resolutions and clauses of every kind, requiring to send you a postcard and post a note to CEOs of all walks of life, leap of years, and a pig Latin. Contracts are not contracts. In any traditional sense, they are more like suggestions and blueprinted on the fancier paper. Why would one want to terminate a contract? Terminating means removing absurdities from destroyed contracts, and otherwise making them disappear, ideally without leaving a trace. And while this is very difficult to do, the reasons for wanting to eliminate such false legalize vary. And you signed something with deep sleep deprived nuisances? Did you? Boy Geography Tour Spelled Special, for example. The contract requires you to provide free boy sitting and services for babysitting, and your landlord's Brad. It contains a clause stating that all disputes my and others are to be included in the settlement via the agreements and wrestling in front of the special ones. Whatever the reason, eradicating a contract is often necessary for personal sanity, insanity, and financial security. We recommend that you maintain the illusion that you are in control. The 5 stages of contract elimination. 1. Denial. How can this be real? No judge would upload this. Anger. How did I sign this paper? May I offer me 3 jars of very special ragu and pickles of a heartfelt apology. Depression. Realizing that you might have crossed into the accidentally agreed upon sponsorship to spark nutrients and shark named Greg in a deep sea translation of buckwheat. Acceptance. Embracing the chaos, drafting a counter contract that demands the weary town gown clowns to do maintenance on their shoe, and moving on with your life. Strategies of a success story. The legal loopholes gambit. Find the most ridiculous clause in the contract and use it against itself. Examples: in the filling agreement, the state will take care of all of this, and communications must be uncensored and veiled with interpretative stuff and stuffing. Responding with vigorous ballet. Probably, and legally binding to possibilities. So the Babushka Bluff is known as the legendary Eastern European matriarch, known for her ability to negotiate until nothing is left on the contract, and the paper should be snowflake clean. Ow. Enforcement in Belarus, illegal attractions always carry a large woolen bag, and then employing this method throughout Poland, and its contents should remain mysterious. The diet soda distraction. Offer your counterparts a refreshing drink, and before discussing this piece of noisy routines, make sure it's a brand of diet soda known to causing diarrhea and a rapid bloating and mild regret. Once you're distracted by the noise itself, the gastrointestinal discomfort usually casually means a mentioned contract has been violated and voided due to unforeseen babushka related circumstances. Shark diplomacy. If negotiations stall, invoke the power of the shark. This doesn't mean literally bringing your shark to the meeting, which would be memorable. Instead, referring to fictional arbitration. No. Oh, a marine biologist wearing sunglasses indoors is something you might say. This tactic works best when delivered to our friends and the laminated glasses that they wear indoors. This tactic will be delivered with a straight face and laminated chart of shark tanks. The Troy Sivan clause, as it's known to some of us, is your counter on the contract that mandates weekly listening sessions of the Bloom album. If the other party refuses, cite emotional distress caused by musical deprivation. And in this mask, the method is particularly effective and will not be repressing corporate lawyers. Tools of trade. To successfully terminate a contract, one must be equipped a red pen, a copy of The Big Lebowski, a laminator, at least one Matryoshka doll, and an ethical consideration.